The Demes were organized sports factions centered on chariot racing in the ancient Roman and later Byzantine Empire. By the 6th century in Constantinople, present-day Istanbul, two major Demes were competing for dominance, the Blues and the Greens. By this time, they also held strong influence over social and political life. According to various estimates, their combined number of active partisans likely reached between 30 and 50,000. In early January 532 AD, some members of both the Blue and Green factions were arrested for murder during recent post-race disturbances. On January 13, at the following races, faction leaders pleaded with Emperor Justinian I for clemency. The emperor refused. Angered by the refusal, the two factions united and riots immediately erupted, spreading across the city. Within days, government buildings and businesses were set ablaze, destroyed, or damaged. The city was plunged into complete chaos. Hypatius, a nephew of the former Emperor Anastasius I, was proclaimed the new emperor, as he was favored by both Blues and Greens. Justinian I, in a panic, prepared to flee the city. But his wife, Theodora, delivered a decisive speech, declaring that the imperial purple is the noblest shroud. Inspired and emboldened, Justinian ordered his loyal generals, Belisarius and Mundus, to devise a plan to crush the rebellion. Meanwhile, the Blues and Greens gathered at the Hippodrome to crown their new emperor. One side of the Hippodrome was directly connected to the imperial palace. Justinian emerged before the crowd, his hand on a copy of the Gospels, and promised a full amnesty if order was restored. The defiant and jubilant crowd rejected his plea outright. Now convinced that negotiation was impossible, Justinian ordered his generals to execute their plan. Two forces of several thousand experienced soldiers entered the Hippodrome from separate gates while the other exits had been sealed. What ensued was a brutal and relentless massacre. It is estimated that around 35,000 were killed that day. Given Constantinople's population was roughly 400,000, this represented the loss of nearly 10% of the city's inhabitants. Following that day, the power of the Blue and Green factions was effectively broken, vanishing as a decisive force from the political stage. And Justinian's own power and authority were cemented absolutely, paving the way for his historic reign.